Hello and welcome back to my channel. Now today we had some brilliant news about 15 minutes ago before recording this that Boris, well, he's proposed anyway. Football fans will be allowed back in stadiums on the 17th of March. I think we'll talk about that more in EFL Talks. I'll try and do a podcast for tomorrow morning before the preview. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. This video is of course part 2 of the Champions League round of 16 predictions. There's 4 more fixtures this week. 4 big ones again. I'm wearing the shirt of the club that's won it the most times. That is Real Madrid. They are playing this week. Can we get 10 likes on this video? Don't forget to subscribe if you are new and let me know where you're watching from. As always, I love to know where my subscribers or viewers are actually from. But we'll kick off this video with Atletico Madrid, the leaders in Spain, versus Chelsea, big club in England. Now this game is a game where most seasons you'd see this quite close. Most seasons it would be the team third or fourth or maybe even second in the Spanish league taking on the team that are roughly the same position in the English league. However, this season's been good for one of the clubs, not so good for the other. Obviously that's been good for Atletico, not so good for Chelsea. Now Atletico lead the way by quite a few points as well in Spain. Luis Suarez is now banging goals in for them. They've got João Felix there as well. They've got some very talented players. Kieran Trippier bent in the bit to make my life complete nearly for England against Croatia. Obviously that game we didn't win, but we won't talk about that. So they've got some very good players. Atletico Madrid have. Chelsea, they've got some good players as well if they can get them firing. Werner, Havertz, Hudson-Odoi's good as well, quite a good young player. Thiago Silva's there, he'll want to get Champions League to finish his career. But I don't think Chelsea will have enough. I think Chelsea, they're very, very good. Especially under Thomas Tuchel, he is the man that knows how to get a team going. But he's never won the Champions League. He's not been so good at that. As a result, I think they'll lose. I think Atletico Madrid will claim a 2-1 win here at home. Lewis agrees with me in the terms that Atletico Madrid will win. He has gone for a 3-2 Atletico win. Dad, though, can't see anything to split the sides. He's gone straight down the middle with a 1-1 draw. Definitely could happen. I'm not going to say it won't. But I just think Atletico Madrid will edge this one. Move on now though to a game, out of these 4 fixtures it's one of the ones with the biggest gap in qualities between the two sides. Now that sees Lazio host Bayern München, or Bayern Munich. Now Bayern Munich, they're the holders, they're the only team ever to win it by winning every single game. That obviously was helped by the fact there were no 2 legs, it was just 1 leg from COVID really. But I think all of us are going for a win here for Bayern. I don't think Lazio have enough. I'm not saying Lazio aren't a good team, they definitely do have a couple of good players. Well, they're in the European, they've got through the group stage in Europe. That's definitely not easy. They will definitely have some talent. They've got a reason to be there. But there's clubs that do it every season that get through and then get pummeled in the next round. I don't think they'll get pummeled, so to speak. They will get beaten, though, and I reckon it'll be 3-0 to Bayern Munich. Dad, he's agreed with me. He said 3-0 Bayern Munich. Lewis has gone for Bayern to score 3, but he thinks Lazio will get on the score sheet. He thinks 3-1. Now for the third game. Now the third game sees a club that did very, very well last season in the Champions League, or the season before, I can't remember exactly which one it was, but they did very well. And they're hosting the team the shirt I am wearing, the record winners, Real Madrid. Now that is Atalanta. Now, Atalanta are a good Italian side, they've got some very good players, Ilicic, Gomez, players like that in attack. Their defence is fairly good as well. They've been doing well in Italy, they did well in the Champions League. It's a question of can they do it again. Now personally I don't think they can. I think they definitely could beat Real Madrid. We saw last week, Porto beating Juventus. No one was expecting that. So no one will necessarily be expecting Atalanta to win. However, I don't think they'll be able to beat Real Madrid. I know Real Madrid aren't the best in the league at the minute, but you look at the players they've got in their squad, they should be winning this game. I'd like Sergio Ramos, Luka Modric. They've still got those kind of players, even though they're not necessarily firing as they should be in Spain. But as a result, I don't think it'll be a game where Real Madrid win it easily. I think it'll be 2-1 to them. Lewis has agreed that Real Madrid will win. He's gone 3-0. Dad has agreed on 2-1, but he hasn't gone to Real Madrid. Dad has gone to Atalanta to win 2-1. Now, once again, it could definitely happen, and I'm not going to write that one off because you never know. Last time I wrote that off, it happened. So, we'll move on to the last game of the week. It sees another German side in action, the second German side in action this week. They face the second English side away. That is Borussia Mönchengladbach, who host Manchester City, the league leaders in the Premier League. Mönchengladbach, in terms of Germany this season, they're not pushing for anything really. I think they're in a European hunt. I think they might even be above Borussia Dortmund, but that's not really hard this season. Dortmund are 6th, or maybe even 7th now. But Man City, they're on an 18-game winning run in the Premier League, which has never been done before. It shows exactly how good they can be. I think they've now replaced Vincent Kompany perfectly with the signings of Ruben Diaz, even Nathan Ake to back him up. They've got John Stones here as well, who's going to be class in the Euros, may I add. But they've got players all over the pitch. You've got Mendy, you've got Zinchenko, who's a backup for Mendy, Kevin De Bruyne, Sergio Aguero injured, Gabriel Jesus, Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling. They've got players in every single position that could get into most teams in Europe. João Cancelo as well. There's players in that City team that I think could just walk into most teams in Europe. Not necessarily easily. I know I said walk into them, but there are players that have to fight for a place, don't get me wrong. But you think of it, Kevin De Bruyne, what side in Europe would not sign him? He is class. He's probably the best centre mid in the world. But I think that Borussia Mönchengladbach will put up a very good fight. I don't think anyone can write them off necessarily. However, the league leaders in the Premier League, the best league in the world, so to speak, they're not going to be an easy pushover. They're not going to be easy to beat. As a result, I think City will win. I think it'll be 2-1. Lewis thinks they'll absolutely batter Mönchengladbach, and he thinks 4-0. And Dad's gone a bit less. He's gone 3-0. But that is where all these 4 games do end. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've enjoyed what Boris is planning on saying tonight. We'll be talking. So once that has come out and we know for sure what's going to be happening, we'll try and get a podcast recorded and out for the morning. But we're not necessarily sure if we can. There will be definitely a preview of Oxford away tomorrow night, though. That's a guarantee. And Wednesday morning there'll be a review. So until then, I'll see you in the next one.